I started as a hobby already 11 years ago, 2009. My grandma used to do lots of embroidery, tablecloths, cushion covers, bed lining, curtains, everything. And then her fingers were so clever. She colored everything with this lovely thread. All the flowers printed on this fabric. And then I was just amazed while playing with buttons and ribbons as a child. I started to do embroidery when I moved to England, which was 15 years ago now. I guess I just wanted to look for my roots basically, and then I really enjoyed sewing and embroidery already before. And then people started to appreciate it, and then they wanted to order things from me, and then I was surprised. Oh my God, they want something I made. That's really great. So I started to make things for order, like little t-shirts or trousers or any kind of modern item. Like now I embroider in shoes, even once in bikini, in baseball caps, in really jeans jackets. So it's really a denim jacket. It's really amazing. And then after a while, I really liked wall painting flowers, which is a little bit of different than what we embroider. And then the wall painting looks really good on wooden, like a chest or a wooden heart or something. So I started to paint those flowers. So not only doing embroidery, but painting as well, the same traditional, authentic folk flowers, art. And then in Kalocsa, there is a tiny factory. They hand paint the china, like mugs and bowls and vase, and then all sorts of china things. So I bought some, and then I brought it to England to sell also. So it seems people like these colors, like these flowers. So now I have a little shop. It's www.kristinadesign.com. I am on Etsy too. Please look for me. It's Krisztina Design as well. And then I'm happy to make anything for order, or if you can't see what you're looking for, I am always up to any kind of challenges. I learn so much from my customers, so many great ideas they give me, and then it gets popular later on for other customers too. So yeah, this is about me. About Kalocsa, this is a little town, approximately 2 hours drive from Budapest. It used to be a really famous, really important part of Hungary. The first king of the country, King Stephen, actually founded this little town, and then it was always really important in the country's life. It's just recently, the couple of last decades or maybe 100 years, when it's kind of start to have less importance in the country. I really recommend to anyone to visit. It's really nice. There is a nice museum. There is a lovely castle, and then a lovely park there behind the castle. It's great to just have a walk at the Danube. So it's a really nice little town. You can do anything there if you want. About the Kalocsa embroidery, lots of people think this is the Hungarian embroidery, which is not true, because in Hungary there is many beautiful embroidery around the whole country. But it seems that's really the most famous and known, I would say, next to Matyó, which is from Mezőkövesd, and then people tend to mix up the two, although they are characteristic, of course, for both. The Kalocsa embroidery started in mid-19th century, when the European fashion magazines invaded, of course, Hungary as well. And then all women likes European fashion magazines. We do now as well. So women started to really imitate those kind of fabric patterns they saw in this weekly magazines or monthly magazines, and then embroidered eyelet stitches, which is made with white thread, and then only with one color. After a while they started to kind of fill up the flowers and then the leaves, so now they still use white thread, but it's less eyelet-y like Madeira thing. It's more like a filled up embroidery. They used it on tablecloth, on cushion covers, on curtains, even the aprons in their shirts. And then more and more they find out that there are other kind of thread they can use, they can buy. It's a question of kind of access. So they started to buy black, blue and red colors, and then replace some of the white ones with those three colors. So this is a kind of a second stage of the development of embroidery. And then around the early 20th century, they got access to green and wine red and yellow colors, which they started to use again, replace the white and then the black colors, but they kept the rest. And then in 1912, a little factory in Nagyatad started to produce color fast thread with all sorts of colors. So then the women had access to any colors they wanted, and then they just started to use it really. So all sorts of flower embroidery came into fashion, and then they just used still everywhere they could, you know, to decorate their house and then their garment. In the meantime, the flowers became bigger and more dense, richer as well. Kovácsné Király Illus was the very first one who kind of, I would say, unified this kind of embroidery. She mixed the flowers she saw in these magazines, fashion magazines, with the ones she saw on the field. Because she worked a lot on the fields, she mixed the two up so that it's easier for the women to understand, and then there is a unified kind of motifs list they could use with all the colors they can include. So now this is the one we know as the embroidery from Kalocsa. And then we can wear it proudly, because this is our roots, this is our country. Wherever we are, people always like to buy, to wear anything which is covered with this colorful embroidery, because that is so close to our heart.